Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we will have the subtopic of combining function in chapter 2. In combining function, you will have operation of function, which is the sum, difference, product, and also division. Okay, look at the first one. When you have the summation of two functions, let's say the function given is f and also g. So when you have f plus g, x, it is also equal to the function of fx plus the function of gx. Same goes to the difference. When you have f minus g function, it is also equal to fx minus gx. The product function, when you have the multiplication of the two functions, f times g, it is also equal to the function of fx times the function of gx. And the last one, when you have the division, f over g, it is fx over gx. Okay, look at the domain. You have learned the domain before. When you have the combining of function, you have to find the intersection of these two functions. So you have to find the domain of f first and then intersect with the domain of g. So the domain for the sum, difference, and product operation is this one, the intersection of df and dg. But the domain for the division, still you have the f intersect dg, but with consideration of the denominator, which is your gx cannot be 0, because any number divided by 0 is undefined. So that's why you have to consider your denominator cannot be 0. So this is the concept of combining function. Okay, let's try the example. Okay, example 1, let's say given the function of fx is 1 over x minus 2 and the function of gx is square root of x. Okay, let's say you find the domain first. The domain for the function f, this is the rational function. So denominator cannot be 0. So when you have denominator cannot be 0, which is x minus 2 cannot be 0. So your x cannot be 2. So you have x cannot be 2 as your domain for the function f. And the domain for the function g, you have the radical. So every time you have the radical, even roots, your expression inside the roots must be all positive number. So your domain for g is x is more or equal to 0. Okay, the question asks, find the four combining function and their domains. Okay. So the first one is the plus operation, addition. F plus g is also equal to fx plus gx. So this is your fx, 1 over x minus 2, and this is your gx square root of x. This is the answer for the operation of these two functions. And then to find the domain, you have to intersect the domain of f with the domain of g. So whenever you find the intersection, always combine in one number line. So you have the function of f, which is x cannot be 2. So this is the number line for the function f, excluding number 2. And the function of g is x is more or equal to 0. So starting from 0, then circle, meaning that this value is included towards your right side. So intersection means you have to find the double line area. So this is all the area of the double line. So your answer will be from 0 until 2. 0 is close bracket, which is included this value, until 2 open bracket, union with 2 until infinity. Okay, second part, f minus g. So just minus these two operation. Fx is 1 over x minus 2 minus g is square root of x. So this is the answer for minus operation, and the domain also the same as the first part, which is 0 until 2 and 2 until infinity. The domain for the plus operation, minus operation, and the multiplication is the same, df intersect dg. Okay, number 3, when you have the product of the two function fx times gx, so this is the two function given. When you combine, you have square root of x over x minus 2. So the domain is also the same, 0 until 2, 2 until infinity. Close bracket for 0, open bracket for 2. And the last one, if you have the division, f over g, so you have to divide fx with gx. So your fx is 1 over x minus 2, your gx is square root of x. Combined together, you have this answer. And the domain for the division, make sure you have to find the intersection first. This is the answer from the previous part. And you have to consider also your gx, which is your denominator from the question, cannot be 0. So what is your gx? Square root of x cannot be 0. So how to eliminate the roots here? By squaring both sides. So square root of x square is x, 0 square is 0. So your x cannot be 0. So combine these two with x cannot be 0. So your last answer will be 0 is excluded. So open bracket 0 until 2, union 2 until infinity. So that's all for the operation of function. Make sure you know how to add on, minus, multiply, and also divide to function. And don't forget to find the domain if the question asks to find the domain. Make sure you have to intersect df and also dg. Alright, thank you.